Hey, third graders. Isn't it so great that we had Fine Arts Day? I mean, nothing like ending with Fine Arts Day of the school year. It's kind of like last year because that's when we ended last year. But, anyways, I'm so glad that we're able to do it. Kind of a new fun way, too, in the virtual world. So, today we're going to decorate a cupcake. So, everyone should have received a Ziploc bag full of 6 items. Let's make sure we have all of the 6 items, okay? So open up the Ziploc bag and pull out each item. Don't dump your bag. If you did, that's okay. Just make sure none of the lids fell off. Pick up everything and kind of place them in front of you so that we can make sure that we have everything. Now, you do not need to take your lids off. Mine are just off just because it's easier for me. So just leave the lids off, lids on. But you want to make sure you have 6 things. If you do not have all of the 6 things, your teachers have extra. So just raise your hand and you can get an extra one, okay? So we're going to go through the 6 things. You should have a parasol umbrella. We're not going to open it yet, but you should have an umbrella. You should have a stick. This is going to be kind of like our knife that we're going to spread icing with. So keep the stick. You should have a little tub with brown things. We'll get to that in a minute. You should have a blue thing with icing and a white thing with icing. And then you should have a little thing with little things in it. We'll talk about what's in it in a minute. So just keep that to the side, okay? What I want you to get right now is I want you to get the popsicle stick, and I want you to get the white icing, okay? I'm going to let your teacher pause for a second so that y'all can make sure that we all get our popsicle stick and our white icing. You can take the lid off the white icing. Be careful when you take it off, but go ahead and take the lid off. Okay, now we're going to take our popsicle stick, and once again, we're going to use it like a knife, it's going to be our spreader. We're going to take just a big old dab of that white icing. We're going to blob it on that cupcake. There's no good way. There's no wrong way, I should say. Just we're going to spread that icing around. Spread it around. You got a little bit more in your little tub? Get it. Go ahead, pick it up. Get it. Big old blob. Just get it. I find it's easier to do circles. You can do the pull down because you want to get it all the way to the edge. And you want to try to make it even all the way around your cupcake. All the way around your cupcake. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to once again let your teacher pause so that you can make sure that everyone spreads that icing. You don't want it too thick, but you want it just right, okay? When you're done, take your popsicle stick and put it in your tub, okay? I'm going to let your teacher pause real quick. Okay. Once we have the cupcake covered with our white icing, when I decided to do the cupcakes, and I decided to do cupcakes for a special reason, but I'll talk about that later on. But I was just, Fine Arts Day. Obviously, we have to be creative and artsy with our cupcake. We can't just put icing on it and throw sprinkles on it and eat it. While it would be just as yummy and tasty, I want to make sure that we have fun with it. And since summer is right there, we're so close, guys. We're so close. 2 more weeks. That's it. But we're so close. But we're going to make a summertime cupcake, okay? So we start with the white icing. Now, anyone want to guess? I've got this brown graham cracker tub, and I've got blue icing. Anyone want to guess what we're about to do? we're about to go to the beach. That's what, right. We've got our water, and we've got our sand. Okay, so put your white icing aside. If you have any extra, you can eat it later, okay? But right now, just put it to the side. Sorry, teachers, that's a lot of sugar. My bad. But let them have fun. So when we're doing the cupcakes, we're going to do part of the cupcake in sand and part of the cupcake in the blue icing in the water. Okay. Now you get to decide how big of a half you want. Maybe you want it right down the half. Write down half blue, half sand. Maybe you want it a little bit sandier and a little less water. Maybe you want it a little more water and a little less sand. It's however you want to do it. But you want to try to get it, somewhat even, but you might want to do a little bit more of one thing or another, and that's okay. You do you, okay? So we're going to start with the icing, okay? We're going to take the blue icing. We're going to take the same popsicle stick. Now, you've got the white icing on the popsicle stick, and that's okay because, if the white icing gets in the blue, it's going to be like the waves in the water. So you're going to decide which half, and you're just going to spread that blue icing on top of the white. See how it's kind of looking like water? I've got waves. I need a little bit more. I'm just going to go and use my popsicle stick to get a little bit more. And there we go. Making it look like waves. Okay, once again, I'm going to let the teachers pause so that you can make your water. Okay, has everyone finished their water? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to put the cupcake on the plate. We're going to also put the popsicle stick down because we're done with the popsicle stick for right now, okay? We're going to set both icings aside because we're pretty much done using those also, okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do sand. For that, we're going to get the graham cracker crust. Now, what we would want is that the other half of the other half of the white, we're going to cover with the sand. And the icing is actually going to help the sand stick to the cupcake. It's kind of like the glue, right? So there's a couple ways you can put on this sand. You want to try not to dump it, but if that happens, it's okay. Watch. If you accidentally dump it, have an extra. Oh, I got too much. Just take your popsicle stick, try to get some without the icing, and just, spread it out. Or you can take your finger. It's your cupcake. So just spread it out. Okay? No big deal. Okay? You also, once again, it's your cupcake. You can take your little fingers, take a little, you can sprinkle it on. Okay? You can try to do it this way. I wouldn't advise that because I think that's how you might accidentally dump more than you would want. So, once again, you can take the other side of your popsicle stick and you can use it like a spoon and do it that way. Whichever is the easiest way for you. I kind of like doing it this way. And honestly, I might even try. Yeah, see? That's not bad. Just spread it around because I really want that to be sandy. And if you get some graham crackers on your plate, that's no big deal. That's why we're doing this with our cupcake on a plate. Okay, so let's make sure that we've kept our cupcake on the plate while we're doing the graham crackers, especially because if it gets off the cupcake and onto the plate, no big deal. If it doesn't, see, look, y'all, I just dumped. Totally on accident, no big deal, because watch what else I can do. I can pick it up from there, and I can put it on the cupcake. But whatever we get on the table, when we're done eating it and all that good stuff, or when we're done cleaning, we've got to make sure that we clean up the crumbs, okay? So I'm going to finish doing that since I went ahead and dumped. I'm just going to pat. Okay, I'm going to let the teacher pause to make sure that we all have our sand part. Okay, next thing, we get to decorate. Real quick, let me grab a napkin. Have some icing on my fingers I'm going to take care of. Okay, so in a little cup, you should have a teddy bear, a Lifesaver gummy, a sweet and sour, I don't even really know what these are called, but what are we going to use it for? A beach towel. Yep. And then you should only have one teddy, but I have two just because I want to show you that you might have a teddy that has the legs together, which would definitely make an easy one to put the gummy over, like a Lifesaver, you know. And then you can plop him in the ocean. You can do the same thing with the ones, but if you have the ones with the split legs, you need to be very careful about stretching it over the gummy. And guys, oh my goodness, my teddy bear just fell apart because I was holding it in my hands too long. So be careful. Let's make sure that we're ready to use our teddy bear when we use it. Okay, so I'm going to put my teddy bear back in here, the one that didn't fall apart. He's got his inner tube on, and I'm going to have him in the ocean playing with his inner tube. Isn't that cute? I'm going to let the teacher pause so you can figure out what you want to do with your teddy bear and your lightsaber. If you don't want to use your teddy bear and the lightsaber, you can also use this as a beach towel. And, oh, I wish I had my crumbled up teddy bear. You can lay your teddy bear on the towel on the beach. Don't forget your umbrella. Now, know that there's probably a little rubber band on the umbrella. Be careful with that. Make sure you throw it away in the trash. But your umbrella should open up. There it goes. La la. Put it on the beach. And there you have it. We have our one and only summertime cupcake. Teddy bear that was laying on the towel fell off. But that's okay. Look, it still looks so cute. Now, depending on what time you're doing this rotation, your teacher might tell you that we're going to save these cupcakes until later. We're going to listen to our teacher at that point, okay? But I do want to say that the reason I wanted to make sure that third graders had cupcakes is that today is Aiden Torres's birthday. It is his 9th birthday, and for the first time ever, he's able to celebrate his birthday at school, and he's super excited to share that with y'all. So I wanted to make sure that we all had a cupcake in celebration of him, and so when you see him, tell him happy birthday. And if this is Miss Reynolds' class and he's in there right now doing cupcakes, make sure y'all sing happy birthday to him before y'all eat the cupcake. Happy birthday, Aiden. I love you. Awesome, guys. I'm so excited that we got to do the cupcakes. I bet they're tasty. Yes, I bet they are. I'm going to eat my teddy bear first.